Hi, today we're going to make paneer, and this is a fresh cheese and made from whole milk, whole cow milk. This is raw milk. You could use a commercial milk, although it's best if it's organic for sure. But if you can get raw milk, then that's even better. So we'll just put the milk into the pot, and we're going to bring it to a boil as slowly as we possibly can. At the point that it comes to a boil, we'll turn it off, and then we squeeze the lime or lemon into it. And you want to go slowly. You know, there's an amount that's suggested. It's about 15% of the relative amount of milk, lime or lemon juice to milk. But I find that it really just depends on the milk. And so it's best if you do a small amount, watch it for a moment, and then do a little bit more, and that way you can have the least amount of lime or lemon in there, and then it will start to curdle. And once it starts, then you just let it go. And then when it's complete, we'll get to those steps afterwards. So my burner has started out being on medium, we'll say, but I'm going to lower it to sort of a medium low. In this case, it's a number 3 from 1 to 10. And so we'll just let it start to come, and it will take, depending on the amount, this is about a half gallon of milk, so it probably could take 20 minutes for that to happen. So the paneer has been coming to a boil slowly over the past 25 minutes, and it's just coming now. It's bubbling just a little bit. And so we're getting ready to turn off the heat here in just a moment and put in. Just touch it. Yep, so you can see it's just starting to boil. We're going to give it just another few seconds. Why paneer? You know, people ask, why should I go through this when I can just go in the store and I'll just buy some cheese? And the difference is that this is fresh. So this has all the good things that the cow milk has to offer us. And it doesn't have mold. You know, aged cheese is mold. And in our bodies, there is a balance of virus and bacteria and fungus. And adding mold to it on a regular basis does not bring us toward a state of balance. But this fresh cheese doesn't have mold, and it's really, really wonderful, and it has many, many good nutrients. It's full of calcium, and it's full of the wonders and love that the cows have to offer us. And obviously you want to be sure it comes from a cow that has been treated very, very well. So it's boiling now, and I'm going to turn it off and just start squeezing some lime into it. And so I'm not sure how much it's going to take, so I'm going to give it a minute. And I'll just put about that much. So this was about a third of a lime. And we'll just see here what's happening. Now, the stove that I have is an induction stove. So when you turn it off, the heat goes away fairly quickly. So we'll just continue to give it a squeeze here. So I did use a utensil to touch the milk a moment ago. Generally, I wouldn't do too much of that. The less that you put in utensils and things, the less opportunity there is for any kind of contamination. So it just looks like it's about to start that shift. Yep. So we'll put just a little bit more in. You can also squeeze out the lime or lemon in advance, of course, and then you can just pour it in. But I really like to make sure that I just go and have just as much as is needed. Let's see how that does. So here it is, ready to be strained. So you can see the cheese has coagulated there, and so we're going to pour it through this strainer, and the cheese will collect here, and the whey will go in the bottom. people like to use, let's have you hold that, yeah. Like to use the whey. When it's fresh like this from raw milk, it can be used. You can cook something with it. You could cook grains with it or something of that nature. And then you can scrape out the rest. So we'll take this cheese here and put it in a glass container to store it. And you can squeeze it, and you might want to squeeze it just a little bit there. Would you like to do that? Yeah. But then you see a little tiny bit comes out, but that's all. You don't need to do too much. And then we'll put it into the glass container. And we have a little bit left here in the pot that you want to use too. So the cheese is quite dense. If you're used to being around commercial cheeses and they have a lot of air pumped into them. So you don't eat, quantity-wise, you might not eat as much of this at one time. It's very nice for using in cooked vegetables. You can put it in with the grain. You can also make chapati and put the paneer into the chapati. So we have here some whey that can be used later, and we have the cheese. We'll put it in the refrigerator and let it firm up, and then it can be sliced. Or you could press it out into the square shape if you like that as well. And actually I will do just a bit of that. And since it's still warm, it can do that. But I'm a little bit less concerned about it being perfect looking than I am just about being easy to cut in nice, reasonable pieces. A very nice dish that probably many of you are familiar with is the palak paneer, which is the spinach with cheese with paneer. Okay, good. I hope you have fun with it.